Tour again. I'm going to show you all my scheme that I run on offense. I hop between all Madden first and all Madden second, and I've been seeing on the Reddit people are having a really hard time winning games online. So I'm gonna show you my offense. Now I am playing the Patriots, but this offense is the Browns playbook, and I'm gonna go through each and every single thing. I don't know how long it takes, but this is all in one take. So if I say a lot, it's my fault. So the first play I'm gonna talk about is this jumbo package. This whole package is kind of great. Really not for throwing, but more for just running. I only run like two plays out of this uh, thing altogether. I only run this inside zone, which is very self-explanatory. You hit the hole. I'm not even going to show it to you. And obviously this power down here. Those are the two very good runs. What else? And that's really it. That's all I run in that. Next formation. I don't run anything out of the ace. It's just not very good. Deuce close. Okay, you could Google more in-depth deuce closes. I'm not going to show you it. If you just like Google deuce close scheme, there's 150 of them. Gutbox has one. In I think in like the Eagles book, it's in a lot of books. Tight end angle, PA misdirection, the stretch are all good plays. Again, not going to show you it. That's not the reason I'm making this video. There are occasional plays that I run. I don't run anything out of the single tight pair. I do run this play out of the single back tight pair twins, which is a play that I run once a game because once the opponent sees it, it's over. But I will show it to you. For concept, formation, cover three, whatever, it doesn't matter. Okay, so this is what the play looks like, and this plays the audibles are or hot routes are very simple. You cancel the play action like that, and you drag R1, right? So the whole point of this play is to make your opponent user the underneath. Your whole point is to try to get circle open over the top. Wait for it, wait for it. He comes in, and then he does that, and you hit him in the little hole right there. You always hold X because you wanna possession catch. And again, the whole point of this is you're trying to get them to user the R1. Now, if they start to user that, well, then you hit this, and you have like 10, you have whatever 5 to 10 yards just from doing that. It's a great play. It's something that I've been running for a lot. I think I got it off of YouTube a while ago. I don't remember where, but it's been pretty great. And it's actually a play predominantly in the Steelers book, but it's also in the Browns book, which is nice. Uh, okay, next. The best run in the entire book. Now, Pro Power O is a good run, but the better one is I form twin flex Power O. This one where it pulls that fullback to the outside because you get a seal. You basically get a seal with the left guard and the fullback. You also want to make sure your left guard doesn't have 40 speed. If you need your left guard to have like at least 65, you want your left guard to get there. But you will destroy people using this run. Again, I'm not going to show you against the computer. It doesn't really doesn't come across against people. Remember, people can show you all of this stuff against the computer, but unless it's against a person's user, it doesn't count. So like a scheme is only a scheme unless it's against a user, and that's why you see a lot of those things online that they say, "Oh, this is a great play," but it's against the computer. It's just you have to account for someone with a very good user. Now, to the gun split close, which I actually run pretty much the most out of. Now, I'm going to show you how I run a couple of these things. The first play is obviously the Power O, which is a run. It's very good. PF slide is the first play I will show you. There are two ways to run this play, and I will show you them both. Like this. The first way is the way that everyone runs it, where they block their running back like that. They streak their square, and then they have a trip situation where their first read is always the guy underneath like that. If it's against cover three, cover four, anything that's not cover two, hard flat really, or man obviously. And then yeah, that's the first way to run it. And obviously, if they're running cover two, hard flat, X or circle will be open. And even if they're running cover three, I think you can probably hit X or circle. I really don't know. I just really hit R1 a lot. And there's circle right there. See, underneath like that. The other way to run it though is the way I like to run it, which is the opposite way. So you still streak the guy the guy on the left, but what you do is you wheel the tight end on the right side like that. Now and then you go over to this guy and you move him out like that. Now what should happen is you're gonna hit your triangle right after you throw it to him like that. Now you want see how that guy comes up and blocks like that? You basically get yourself a free blocker by doing it like that. Now, if they are using cover too hard flat and they're spamming it, right? I'm not going to show you it, but basically the wheel will get open against it. Basically, you just have to wait longer, but it will get open. But basically, the whole reason you want to run this is the the this little route right here. Now, you see how I got tackled instantly right there, even though I ran it? That was because I didn't move the guy out. When you move the guy out, it pulls someone farther to the sideline. You see how it pulls this guy out like that a little bit? And for some reason, that makes this play better. And I have no idea why. See, now see how that guy pulls up, blocks that guy, and that guy is too far back. Because you're moving that guy out, it pulls the corner across the field, causing you to have only that one block, and then you get to the outside. Okay, next play. Now, I run Guns But Close a ton other than the I-form run that I was showing you before. This run, this twin flex run, I will run this run 8 out of 10 times if you can't stop me. I will just spam this against you. And it works so well. I average 6 or 7 yards a call on this. But hey, look, it actually says it. 121 calls, 6 yards a carry. There you go. Okay, so the next play I want to show you is everyone's favorite halfback wheel. Now, I don't run it this. I mean, the way everyone runs this play. And again, I'm just gonna pick cover 3 because it's always cover 3. Stupid turn off autoflip. Okay, and it makes me pick the play again, of course. Again, all in one take, ladies and gentlemen. Halfback wheel, cover 3. Cool. So the way everyone runs this is basically they just slant circle like that. And you can run it like that. Basically, in this situation, all you're doing is you're just picking between square and circle. So, and I get sacked, but circle was open. I just didn't throw it in time. Here, I'll show that again. You can run it like this all you want. Basically, what you do is you wait. Circle's open. Now, if they start to basically they have to pick between circle and square is what they have to pick. But I run it a different way. The way I run it is first things first. I block the wheel because that only works against cover too hard flat and man, and people don't really run that. Then I slant X. So that may look weird where I'm having two guys coming in that same like area. Now you still have the post, right? So that post is still hittable. But the whole point of this is you see how you have one of them coming much later than the other one? Obviously, I threw really late there. But basically what the point of this is, everyone always uses the slant. They always use the slant when they see it, right? They think that it's the first way because everyone wears it the same way. And then what you have is you have the post still open, but you also have a guy coming up across the field later, and they're not there in time. They're never there. They're always using the slant. Look, the slant's open. You hit the slant a lot. And then when you hit the square, the circle, the guy coming in later, you can then hit the slant. Now, obviously, you can mix this up and do different things. Sometimes I like to move this guy up like this and streak him, just making more confusion. You also pull a safety when you do that. Look, hey, look, you see how the circle got even more open there, even though I threw it to my opponent? If you move this guy out and you streak him, what happens is the one of the safeties that's supposed to be there is actually not there anymore. Boop. And then look at X. X is open. I threw late. I'm playing badly. Basically, trust me when I say this works against people online. Specifically people who come out in cover 2 and they man up the slant. Oh, this destroys them. Because the slant will get, manned up, but the circle, they'll have to user it. And if they do user it, well, guess what? You get that. And I threw a pick, but you get the point. It's element there. You'll have someone taller. Another thing I want to mention. With Guns But Close, you always want to make sure the person, your number 1 receiver is the one that's on the left side of the field when you run it this way, right? You want someone, your number 1 receiver must be your spec catch guy because he's always doing the post. So yeah, and what basically you want him to do is this. If I was an Edelman, I could really do it. Shit. Can I flip it and show you guys? Is Hogan a better? I don't really know if Hogan's a better way of seeing this, but yeah, a viewer. Wow. Fuck, I can't get to show it to you guys because I don't have the time and it's the Patriots. But here, let me see if I can't show it. Wait for it now. Shit, it's not happening. Whatever. Basically, what you do is you throw it, and with your spec catch guy, you hold right, and you can jump in front of that safety. But it's not happening because the guy's too slow. Ah, damn it. Whatever. You get the point. Next play. Now that that's covered, we can go to the other plays that I run a ton of. Now, obviously, split closes I run a lot of. Now, the only other formation I really come out in this book, well, it's two more. There's bunch tight end, which I run halfback off tackle, which is a great run. It confuses the shit out of your opponent. And also, I run this tight end corner play where you just run it stock and you're just here. I'll actually show it real quick. Against cover three, you basically just hit this guy. Right? That works against cover three, cover four, anything doesn't have a guy underneath, or they're usering it. Now, obviously, when they have cover two hard flat, you'll hit triangle, which I can actually hit against cover three. Ah, damn it! I didn't get to throw it perfectly. If you time that perfectly, you can actually get it over cover three. But really, all you're doing is you're just doing that. It's a once in a blue moon play. You can use that and the run just to confuse your opponent. But the real obviously, and I've covered this in a lot of my other videos. If you want to check my channel, I have a Texans guide as well. But Gun Bunch Week. Now there's two plays really in the Gun Bunch Week. Well, three. Halfback mid draw, great. Four, I guess, if you count the runs. Halfback base, great. And then what you want to do is you want to again, corner strike is very, very, very simple. You can find this in a ton of my like videos and everything. All you do is you streak that guy like that, and you read R1. So if R1's open, you always just do that. And if R1 is covered, right, you hit circle. But even if R1's open, what you can do a lot of time is that, where you throw it to like the right, and even in cover three, you can throw to circle. Now, I run this play. This is my go-to first down play if I need whatever. So again, and the best part about this play is if they are running man. Now again, cover three, that just gets beat. And hey, look, I get to run up the field because I turned, and there you go. Against man, if you notice that everyone's manned up on the right side of the field, you have a C route on the left side of the field, which beats man. Now, I normally block my running back because I'm getting nanoed every single play. You don't have to. I'm just saying that's what I normally do. X is a decoy. If you notice how your opponent is starting to read this really well, you can do this, and this just fucks with them really hard because they'll start to use the right side, and then you just have this thing right here, and you can fuck with them. But I don't do that a lot of the time because it's easily readable. Now that that's covered, we have one more play. Now the next play I'm going to show you, you should never run against man because it's the same type of thing, but it negates the doesn't have a C route, and it's called Z spot. Now Z spot, you do the exact same setup, right? It's same setup, but this time instead of streaking X, you're streaking circle. You just want to streak the one that's not doing that little out route and the underneath route, right? And the reason this play is very good is you have the exact same thing on the right side, right? So you can still do the exact same thing. You still hit R1 like if it will throw. Tom Brady didn't want to throw there. You should probably throw a lot sooner than I just threw. You want to really throw it quick. Here, I'll show it again. You want to throw it like this, like that. You want to throw it really quick. When you see that open, you stare at that. That's your first read, and that's what you just stare at. Now, but the best part about this play and the play I use is I block my running back and I streak circle, and people. Whoops, I streaked my running back. I didn't mean to. Long story short is you get to do this. See that? You can you block your running back, streak this guy, and they'll be so focused on the right side of the field. You wait for that guy to turn, and you do that. And that's open every single time. Now, obviously, you'll have someone faster and taller than Julian Edelman, so it's much more safe to do it with them. People who have high spec will jump up in the air and do one-handed catches, and you'll keep running. But I run this play all the time and get people by a lot of yards for it. You can just keep doing that over and over and over again, and it's very difficult to use here because you're throwing right when they make that turn, right when they get past the safety there, like right. Now, when he turns, you throw it, and it's just open. And that beats most coverages. It doesn't beat man, though. Man will fuck you. Other than that, I want to see if I forgot anything. Um, Again, did I forget anything? Double flex? No, not really. That's all I'm really running. A lot of runs. You really want to spam the counter jumbo, the inside zone, and the power, right? And this run. I'm telling you here. Maybe I can even show you it in this. Again, this isn't against a user who's going to come down and stop the run, but this is what it looks like. See how that fullback takes the guy out like that? If it wasn't the computer and they weren't picking a cover three that works perfectly against the run, you'd be able to just burn. And also, having LeGarrette Blount, who's a gold card with like 88 speed, isn't that great. But this is the best run of the game. See how I got to the outside like that? And it's just a one-on-one with the corner, or the safety, and your running back. If your running back just beats that one-on-one, oh hey, look, see this? There it goes. That's what I'm talking about. You basically, it guarantees yourself a one-on-one situation with hopefully a running back with pretty high truck like this LeGarrette Blount, where you can just kind of go and you'll get 6 to 7 yards every single time you run it. And that's really about it. If you guys have any questions, leave them in the comments, leave them in the Reddit thread that I'm going to post up. Yeah, thanks for watching.